All right, so we got our cards here, and the next thing I then want to show is how to export them. So export them from Obsidian and into a CSV file that you can then use in any third-party software that would require it to read the data from, because obviously they would not be able to read it directly from Obsidian. So that is luckily quite easy, and you can simply just, if you have your view here, you can go up to the results, and you just click on that, and you will have the export CSV here, and it is that easy. So the video is not done yet though, as I want to show you a little trick that Obsidian can do, which I think is pretty damn cool. So wouldn't it be nice if you could, like, imagine if you have a list of over 100 cards here, or however many you have, and that you can then choose some of them that you want to playtest, and then only export those files. Luckily, that is super easy to do as well. So I want to add another property here to our cards. So I'll just go into any one of the cards over here. You can click on the name in the table, or you can click over here on the file, right? So once we're here, you can click on the add property, and we're going to call this playtest. You can of course call it whatever you want. And I don't want it to have text here. I want it to be a checkbox. So you can click on this little icon to the left here and change the property type. So in this case, I want it to be a checkbox. So there we go. I'll just leave it unticked for now, because now I want to go back to our card database. And of course, we need to add it to our list of properties. So you do that up here in the top right corner, and it should be down here somewhere. There we go. Playtest, and then you just add that. So there we go. I just squished in the effects, so we can just add those out here again, so we have them. But now you can see we've added the playtest checkbox to every single card here. So now we can check the ones we want to playtest. So let's say we want to playtest this one, this one, this one, this one, and maybe this one, and lastly this one. So we want to playtest these 6 cards. Well, you can see the results haven't changed. We still have 10 results, and if I were to export it as a CSV, we would still get all of these cards, because it will export everything that it sees here. It doesn't care about this box. So how do we make it care? Well, that's where the beauty of views comes in. So you'll notice we have this little button up here in the top left that says table. And if you click on that, you can see we have the table, and then we can add a view. At this point, I don't want to add a view because that would reset the filter. I would need to set up the filter again. So I would rather copy the current view. You can of course do either way. But if you click on this little button, it will take you to this page. And then if you click on the little 3 dots up here, it will allow you to duplicate the view. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And now we have table 2. I will call this one playtest. There we go. And you can see change to playtest. And if I then go back, we'll have the table, the playtest. I'll just go ahead and change this one to card database really quick. There we go. Perfect. So we have our card database, and then we have our playtest view. So those are different views of basically the same data, right? Because right now they both have the same filter that is just checking for the file that it needs to be inside of the cards folder. So for the playtest, just make sure you have the playtest selected up here in the top left. We are going to add another filter. So we keep this filter. We still want to look in the cards folder, but then we want to add a filter. Then this is pretty interesting. You can, under this first button here, you can have the file, of course, but if you scroll down, you will see all of our tags, or our properties, sorry. So in this case, we want to select the playtest property. So we can say the playtest is, and then we can change what it is. So we want to change it to a checked mark. So you can see immediately we are down to our 6 cards that we have selected, right? You can see all of them has the tick in the checkbox. You can of course also do it the other way around, but I think this makes more sense. So there you go. You can just click away from that. And if you go back to the card database, you'll see we still have all our cards. It's not like they're gone or anything. It's just this view only shows the ones that we have ticked for playtest. And now you can see up here that we have 6 results. So if we go ahead and export it, we will only get these 6 cards. Right? That's pretty cool. Even though this is the same base, you can see it's still a card database over here, just a different view. And that is a direct result in what is going to be exported then, which is pretty cool. So on this page, you can go ahead and if you want to remove one of them, so this card, we don't want to test it. So we just click it and it just immediately disappears. It is, of course, still in our card database. Nothing has changed, right? It's just unticked now. And these ones just doesn't have the property yet. That's why they show like that. So yeah, you can just add them back in here if you want, and you'll go back to the playtest and see all 6 cards again. So this is a super powerful tool in the sense that, again, if you have hundreds of cards and you only want to playtest some of them, you can very quickly and very efficiently select the cards you want and export them. It's that easy. So there we go. That's basically how you can export your card data into a CSV file. And the next thing we're going to be looking at is another type of view that further showcases some of the amazing stuff that Obsidian can do. So again, the link will be up there somewhere. And I will see you then. Bye.